Did it? It looks like we are recording. Great. So thank you everyone for attending today. So this is an info session about our Masters of Science in Special Education and Literacy 2. I have on with me today Dr. Christy Sadler. She is the Division Director from Special Education, and so she'll be here to answer program-specific questions that I might not be able to answer. After the PowerPoint presentation, if you have questions during the PowerPoint, feel free to unmute and just ask. That's totally okay. If you want to put them in the chat, that's fine too. But you're more than welcome to unmute and just ask as we go through. So first of all, welcome. This is a picture, if you're not familiar with campus, with our Catskill building, and this is where the School of Education is located. A lot of times students ask, where will I have class? They can be located anywhere on the podium on the Uptown campus, but we do have some classes that are in the Catskill building. I'm located in the Catskill building too, or the dean's office. But our courses do range in various buildings throughout the Uptown campus on the podium. But there's our building. So how do you become a teacher in New York State? So in New York State, the first level certificate is called an initial certificate, and this allows you to teach in a public school district in New York in your specific subject area. And then the level 2 is called a professional certificate. And in New York State current regulation, you are required to receive an acceptable master's program, or receive an acceptable master's in order to move to that professional certificate program. You have current regulation, you have 5 years to do that. So the initial certificate can be obtained either at the undergraduate or graduate level. And at the University of Albany, we have certification programs for initial both at the undergraduate and the graduate level. And for professional certification, again, it's a master's degree from an approved program. State Ed has specific regulations on what are acceptable master's programs. Our Pathway into Education Center, which I'll explain at the end, is very well versed on what master's programs are acceptable based on current regulation. In addition to having an acceptable master's, there's also a requirement of 3 years teaching experience. In current regulation is you have 5 years to earn, 5 years of earning your professional to get your professional, or earning your initial to get your professional. So current job outlook for teachers. So jobs as an elementary school teacher are projected to grow about 7% from now till 2030. And high school teachers are to grow a little bit higher. But we're currently considered to be in a teacher shortage in New York. And so as you can see, there's a large need for teachers within the next decade. So there are high needs areas, but specifically right now, the high needs areas in special education, ENL, world languages and bilingual ed, the sciences, math, English, social studies, CTE or career and technical ed, literacy, and library science. So about our MS in special education and literacy, it's our 2-year program. So you might hear us refer to it as SEL2 or SELit2. We do have a special education and literacy 1-year program. That's for people who are already certified. That is different than our SEL2. So if you do not already hold a certification, the SEL2 program would be the one that you'd be looking at, and that's what we're going to go over today. So again, it's designed for applicants who do not currently hold New York State initial teacher certification. And it's for those who are wishing to enter teaching who do not have a teaching degree in education. If you are certified in another area, you still can apply and go through our SEL2 program. There's nothing stopping you if you wanted those additional certificates. There are other pathways that might be it might be shorter than this program, but students are welcome to do that. But you don't have to have an undergraduate degree in education to apply to the SEL2 program. And it's a great opportunity to bring your life experience, work experiences, educational background into the profession of teaching. And it does help you to fully prepares you to work with students in elementary classrooms. And I'll go over the certifications because the New York State recently has changed the certification titles, but you can work with exceptional children in elementary classrooms, and also it has intensive practicum and internship experiences throughout the program. But because of the new certification requirements in New York, it also prepares you to work with students with disabilities or to work as a literacy teacher in upper grades too, in addition to elementary classrooms. So the program benefits. So graduates of our programs are qualified to work in a variety of educational settings. This program leads to 3 certifications in New York. So this program is approved for New York State certification only. The program leads to childhood education grades 1 through 6, literacy, which is all grades now, so that's pre-K through 12, and special education in New York State is the certification title of Students with Disability, which is, again, all grades pre-K through 12. If you want to be a kindergarten teacher, this program does not necessarily cover that. There are ways to add the early childhood certification has the kindergarten certification, the kindergarten grade range in it. There are ways to add the early childhood certification after this program. But if you're interested in a kindergarten teacher, this program specifically does not cover that. Childhood education is grades 1 through 6 in New York. This does make you highly marketable because you will leave the program being eligible for 3 certifications. So when you go to apply for jobs, obviously your future employers will see that you have 3 certifications if you decide to get all 3 certificates. One question we do get a lot is, do I have to get all 3 certificates? You don't. If there's one particular certificate that you know you definitely want to work in and you don't want the other 2, you don't have to get all 3, but you will be eligible for to apply for all 3 certificate areas. So a little bit about the program itself. This program is 59 credits, graduate credits. It's a master's program. It's designed to be completed full time. It is 7 consecutive semesters, including summers, so just about 2 years. And the courses obviously are in areas which help support your pedagogical growth and your content knowledge, so special education, literacy, teaching and learning, and ed psych. There's practicum and internship experiences throughout the program. This is supported, this is based off of New York State regulations and also helps to support your growth as a teacher. So there's 100 hours of observation or field work in the first year, and then 2 separate student teaching experiences because of the multiple certificates. So you have a childhood experience and then a students with disability, special education experience. And then there's also literacy, because you do receive that literacy, you'll be eligible for the literacy certificate. There's practicums throughout the program, plus the final summer, there's a 6-week literacy culminating project. So here's just a sample of what it might look for a student who starts in the summer. This is a summer start only program, and then the course sequence throughout. As you can see, there's the 2 summers, and then the different practicums in the student teaching and the internships throughout the program. This kind of gives a basic idea. If you're familiar with the University of Albany, the graduate bulletin has a list of all the courses you see here. If you're interested in going through and taking a look at additional information about the course descriptions and the courses themselves. So if you're a current UAlbany student right now, we have a combined bachelor's master's option for students who are in the School of Education's human development major. So a combined bachelor's master's program allows you to pursue accelerated admissions. So students in our human development major can apply to the combined program in their junior year, and then senior year you can start taking graduate courses. So this will allow you to what we consider double count up to 12 graduate credits to both your undergraduate degree and your graduate degree. And they can be at the undergraduate tuition rate up to that 12th graduate credit. Once you do graduate from your undergraduate program, then your graduate credits will be billed at the graduate tuition rate. You are allowed right now to take up to 12 graduate credits that could double count. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to. If only 9 fits in your schedule or 3, you do have that option if you're admitted. And so again, the same thing, upon completing the master's requirement, then you're still eligible for applying for the teacher certification in those areas. So for all applicants, here's the information that you would need to submit. So obviously there's the application, transcripts from all schools attended, 3 letters of recommendation. There's a written component, a questionnaire. There's a minimum 3.0 GPA. If you're applying for the bachelor's master's combined program, a 3.2 GPA is required because you'll be starting obviously the program before the end of your bachelor's program. This is a summer start only program, and the deadline is March 15th. So transcripts, if you previously attended UAlbany, you do not need to request a UAlbany transcript from the registrars. The graduate school will get that for you, so you don't have to worry about getting that and paying for an official transcript. Also, if you are a UAlbany student currently, we have access to all the transcripts that you had submitted to for your undergraduate application, so you also do not have to get those. The GPA is going to be calculated based on all the institutions that you attended, both graduate and undergraduate. So if you started a graduate program someplace else or took non-degree courses, they'll at the graduate level, both the undergraduate and the graduate GPA will be looked at. You can upload an unofficial transcript into our application system, but if officially admitted, then you do have to submit formal official transcripts. Any transcript can be mailed to the graduate school. Some schools, colleges, and universities use electronic transcripts. And so if that's something that your institution does, then they can electronically transfer them to the University at Albany. So some points for the letters of recommendation. They're submitted directly through the online application portal, which it's called Slate. So if you hear people refer to Slate, that's what that is. We recommend that the letters are specific to the program that you're applying to. So if you're applying to other programs at the university or someplace else, for any of our programs, we recommend that the letters are specific to the program which you're applying for. It would be helpful if you had letters of recommendation from faculty that can speak to your academic potential at the graduate level. And I definitely recommend giving your recommenders plenty of time to make sure that they have the recommendations in by the deadline. So our application questionnaire, for us, it allows us to determine the fit for the program and to evaluate your writing skills. So definitely take your time and be thoughtful in writing your responses to the questionnaire. For you, it also allows you the opportunity to highlight your background and skills, knowledge of the field, what you hope to get out of the program, and why you want to be a teacher. So it's your opportunity to brag about yourself. That's okay for that, to brag about yourself, and it gives you the opportunity to tell us things that maybe your transcripts might not show, or the letters of recommendation. It should be purposeful and to the point, and it would be helpful for any program just to do research on the program that you're applying to, so that way you have that information that you can apply to the questionnaire. So frequently asked questions that we get about our program. So how are courses offered? This program is not a fully online program. There are in-person courses and experiences. So obviously your student teaching and the internships, those will be face-to-face in the K-12 school that you're located in. You may have opportunity to take online courses throughout the program. Which courses they are, it depends on the semester, depends on the schedule. So again, if you're looking for a fully online program or mostly online program, this program does not fit that. Again, this is a face-to-face program, but there may be opportunities for an online option. If there is an online course, they may be synchronous or asynchronous. So it could be with the synchronous that you're going to meet a specific day and time on Zoom or whatever platform. And then the asynchronous version would be, here's this week's materials and the videos, and then you do that sort of on your own time with specific deadlines. So what makes a strong application? Again, it's a 3.0 GPA minimum, but that doesn't necessarily mean if you have a 3.0 GPA that you're guaranteed admission. Again, a 3.2 GPA for combined program students. This is university policy. Again, 3.2 doesn't necessarily guarantee admission. This is a very popular program, so we do receive a lot of applications for it. But we do verify the GPA based on your transcripts. An appropriate undergraduate major in liberal arts concentration of courses. So for this program, based on New York State regulations, you have to major or equivalent in one or more of the liberal arts and sciences. This is because childhood education and special education teachers are going to teach kind of all the content areas. So social studies, ELA, math, and sciences. So you do have to have a minimum of 6 credits in English, 6 credits in math, 6 credits in social studies, and 6 credits of science, in addition as part of a liberal arts and sciences concentration. So a major in English, a major in math, major in the sciences, those all fit. If you're not sure that your major counts as a liberal arts and science, just reach out to our Pathways in Education Center. Again, I'll give you that information at the end, and they can help you determine if it's an appropriate major. Strong letters of recommendation. Again, these are the 3 are required for admission to the program or for review of your application for the program. And strong letters of recommendation obviously help to make a strong application. Evidence of writing ability is very important. Again, that's where we go back to that questionnaire to take your time and thoughtfully answer the questions, because again, that will be used for the admission committee to review your ability to write clearly and concisely. An ideal candidate would also have knowledge of the teaching field and special education literacy, but you don't necessarily have to have experience in the 3 areas. That's okay. But if you do, again, that's where the questionnaire is helpful, where you can talk about any experiences that you have. So the admission committee has that information when they review your materials. So what happens after I submit my application? That's a question that we get often. So there's multiple screenings. They look at your academic performance, again, the subject matter knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, academic writing ability. So they review your application dossier, like any master's programs. And then if you are approved to move to the next stage, then you're going to be invited to a Zoom or in-person interview with faculty. So how are decisions communicated? So the application against Slate that we use, that you would have submitted all your application materials through, the final decision is going to be sent through your portal. Hopefully, roughly a few weeks, within 1 to 2 to 3 weeks after your interview. So that way, you know, so you can keep checking your application on Slate for up-to-date information. You may be admitted or conditionally admitted or denied. Those are 3 typical decisions. And the condition admission, so we talked about the 6 credits in English, 6 credits in math, 6 credits in social studies, and 6 credits in science. If you might be missing maybe 1 course in a particular content area, then you could be conditionally admitted with needing to make up a course in that content area. So that's where the conditional admission piece may fall under. And so that kind of goes over. It says the completion of the 12 credits to the conditional admission is also, you can be admitted as a non-degree student. And that non-degree student, or the 12 credits as a non-degree student, you can take up to 12 credits and then you could reapply to the program. But if you're given a conditional admission, you have up to the completion of 12 credits to submit any materials that you might be missing. So again, if you need to take one of those content courses, you have up to 12 credits to complete that missing requirement. When will classes begin and how long does the program take? This is great questions that we get. This program starts in the summer. And again, this program includes 7 consecutive semesters with students graduating as a cohort in that kind of second, the following summer, or 2-year summers. So that lasts the 7th semester, the consecutive summer semester. And our university academic calendars has our course registration dates and class start dates. So our summer sessions do vary. We offer multiple courses throughout the summer. So when exactly what particular summer you're applying for, when that summer course will start, will vary based on that summer in which you'll be starting. And so we also have a list of our course scheduled classes. I don't believe this coming summer schedule has been posted yet. I believe it posts in the next couple of weeks. So you'll be able to see that once that's posted through the schedule of classes. I believe our summer and the fall get posted roughly the same time. So if you're interested in seeing when the fall semester what courses might be offered, timing for, days and times of the week, then that would kind of, but that too will post in the next couple of weeks. For our typical courses, they are offered depending on the course throughout the day. But they are designed to support the time that you'll be in your school. So for the semesters that you're out in your student teaching, obviously there's no courses during those time periods because you'll be out in the K-12 schools. And then the courses are offered in the evening hours or after school hours because you are going to be in your school during the day. Can you provide more information on the student teaching field placement components? Yes, that's a common question we get. So the program has multiple components that cover, again, across all the certificate content areas and grade levels. So ESPE 579 is where your 100 hours of observation will be, and that's across, again, the childhood and students with disabilities, special education. Then you're going to do a student teaching in childhood and then a student teaching in special ed, again, because you're getting the multiple certificates. And literacy is, again, throughout the program, you get experiences in literacy environments. And then that final summer is when you do your big culminating practicum for literacy. Can I transfer graduate credits? Yes. If you're taking graduate credit elsewhere and you would like to transfer the credits to the UAlbany degree, you can request the courses to be transferred into the program. There are specific university policies that you have to be met. They have to be graduate level. They have to be taken through an accredited program. You have to receive a B or above. And obviously the content has to be related. So if you took a graduate course that is in something that's not required for the program, obviously the transfer credit wouldn't come in because it doesn't fit into the program. Graduate credits used towards your undergraduate program are not eligible for transfer unless you're a part of and been admitted to one of our to the combined program. If you took that, if you're not from UAlbany and you were in a combined program at your institution, that still does not count because they would have applied to your undergraduate degree at that other institution. If you took a graduate course outside of your undergraduate program, and that did not count towards your undergraduate degree, but it was while you were an undergraduate student, your registrar could provide a letter indicating that, and then the department will consider the request and see if it still meets our requirements. Sometimes that does happen. Students for their last semester maybe only need 6 credits for their bachelor's degree and end up taking additional courses, but at the graduate level. But we need documentation from your institution that you took those courses and they did not count towards your undergraduate degree. The earlier you complete the transfer request form, the less likely you'll be to take a course that would have ended up matching that might fit for your transfer credit. So if you are applying to start this summer, and if you're admitted as soon as you get your admission letter, that'd be a great time to complete the transfer of credit request. So that way the department has time to review your transfer request and make sure that you don't take a course that you've already taken through your other institution. And be sure to include a course description and a syllabus with request. The more information the department's or the division has, the easier it will be for them to determine what content, if the content matches the content for our program. In what ways can I fund my graduate studies? So there are university-wide scholarships. The School of Education also has specific scholarships. Are currently in our scholarship cycle right now. So if you are looking to start in the summer, and I think our scholarship cycle may have just closed. So check the School of Ed website to see if it's currently open. I think it closed last week, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you check our website, they'll be able to have it on there. If you are admitted and are starting in the summer, our scholarship cycle typically opens up in December for the School of Education. So you'll be eligible to apply for scholarships next year. But the university-wide scholarships, they have separate deadlines to ours. And also, if you have specific financial aid questions, Office of Financial Aid can answer them for you regarding tuition fees, aid, and different loans and payment plans available for students. So where to find out more information? So the School of Education homepage is a great place to start. So albany.edu/education. There's also our SEL2 program page, which is there. But if you are on our homepage, on the left-hand side, there are boxes, and one of them says graduate programs. If you click on that, you'll get a full list of all of our graduate programs. And then the PIE Center. So the PIE Center. So there's Dr. Yesko right there with pies, because we do have pie on Pi Day in the PIE Center, or the day closest to Pi Day if the Pi Day happens to fall on a weekend. So the PIE Center provides information to prospective and current students and alums on our undergraduate and our graduate programs within the School of Ed across all of our programs, anything from teacher prep to mental health counseling, psych, school psych, any of our programs, they can provide answers for you. And they also help to find what's the best pathway for your goals. So if you want to become, we'll go back to that kindergarten teacher, the kindergarten teacher piece. If you want to become a kindergarten teacher, you know, what is the pathway if you go into our SEL2 program to get that kindergarten certification? They can help with the different pathways. Or if you want to start an SEL2 and then become a school building leader or a principal or a superintendent later, they can talk you through those different pathways. They do Zoom appointments by request. They're also located in the first floor of our Catskill building if you're familiar with campus. So you can also just stop in. And there's their phone number and their email, which is piecenter@albany.edu. So piecenter@albany.edu. You can email them anytime with questions, or again, also to set up the Zoom appointment. They're happy to answer. They're a 12-month office. So if you think of something over the summer or during the breaks, you're more than welcome to email them with questions. So we did get questions ahead of time from people. So how many years does the program take? It takes roughly 2 years. And again, that's the 7 semesters, and that's the way the program is designed, is to be done in those 2 years. And can the program be completed online? It is not a fully online program. Again, you may have the opportunity to take an online course here or there, but it cannot be completed online. When does the program begin? It starts in the summer. And does the program provide a TA position? If the TA position is reference to like a TA at the university, this program does not have funded TA positions, does not offer funded TA positions. If you mean a TA position at a K-12 school, that would be based off of the TA, obviously the school that you're looking for. However, working while doing especially that second year of the program is very difficult because you're going to be in the 2 student teaching experiences. So a traditional TA position in a K-12 school wouldn't fit because you'd be student teaching.
I can just jump in on that one too, Dr. Smith. So in the past, in the SEL2 program, what we have been able to do at times is to help, if districts sometimes will reach out to our director of field placements, Dr. Matt Lefebvre, and say, I'm looking for TAs, and then he can let you all know, students in the SEL2 cohort, that there are openings. But again, you can't do it at all in your second year, but there is a possibility to do it in your first year. We do have some students this year, for example, who are TAing in their first year, and it also allows them a venue to get their 100 hours, because when they have a break, they can go in other classrooms and observe in those classrooms. So we sometimes can help facilitate that, but there's no guarantee. It really depends on the district's needs and what they communicate to us. So we can't say we can provide you with a position, but we can help you find one if you're interested in. But again, like Dr. Smith said, just for the first year.
Yeah, thank you. And with the 100 hours for the field work before you do your student teaching. So if you are in a school, the 100 hours, so you can't use your paid time for those 100 hours, but you could do, Monday counts as a field work day, Tuesday through Friday would be work days. So again, it depends on the school district in which you are in, and we can try to see if there's some sort of flexibility that we can work to make sure that you can get the 100 hours and work at the same time. So questions, and let me double check for the chat. Hold on, do we have any questions on the chat? Oh, thank you, Kristen. The scholarship deadline for students is February 6th. Today's the 5th. Great. Okay. It was the faculty nominations were due January 30th. So if you are looking to start in summer, so even if you're not a current student here right now, but are looking to start in the summer, you can definitely submit an application for a scholarship. What we do is we keep checking the admissions portal to see if there's a decision, if you are selected for one of the scholarships, and then we obviously let you know if you were selected for one of the scholarships. So you can check it out. There is still one more day for you to submit the scholarship application. And there's a good number of scholarships for people who are interested in teaching.
And it's not a difficult application, so you could easily do it by tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. Does anyone have questions? I don't know. Dr. Sally, do you know the answer? Do you know, are the summer courses this coming summer? Do you know, are they scheduled right now, online, in person?
This summer, I believe both are online. Actually, did just post this summer, so you can log in and see. But yes, great. Both. The literacy course that you would take in the summer, ELTL 500, is a 12-week session, so that goes the whole summer. It starts May 20-ish and goes through the beginning of August. And your ESPE 560, Intro to Human Exceptionality, is also online, asynchronous, and that is in 6-week 2, which I don't know, maybe mid-June. I don't remember the dates, but if you look on the website, you can see when the summer sessions are set for. But it would be 12-week, which is the whole summer, and 6-week 2. And yes, they are both online. I can tell you in summer 2, because we start and end with the summer, so we have 3 summers. In summer 2, there is one class that you do have to take on campus. But if you're in on-campus housing, for example, they will allow you to stay in summer if you are registered for fall classes, which you will be, because you'll be continuing along into your second year. So summer 1, no, they're all online, so you can stay wherever your location is and take those 2 classes, and then you'd have to be on campus by the end of August to start the fall semester.
Great question, Jennifer. Yeah. Other questions? I'm going to give the Pi Center email one more time, because even if you think of something 6 months from now and you have a question about it, you're more than welcome to email Pi. Or if you don't know where to go and you have a financial aid question, you're not sure, is it financial aid, is it a scholarship question, you can always email the Pi Center, and then they can tell you where direct you to the right place for the answer to your question. So it's Pi Center, PIE center@albany.edu. And I think you probably would have been on their website already if you registered for this, or you might have gotten information through Slate too. That's always a possibility with the email on there. If you think of anything else, definitely reach out and let us know. If not, we look forward to seeing your application or hearing from you with any questions that you do have. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.